Good morning, everyone. It's Nanette Saylor again with another dose of creative inspiration for your day. Boy, it was so nice to see the comments from yesterday. Thank you to all of you who responded, and particularly to Dawn, who brought to my attention how refreshing it was to hear that a morning ritual doesn't need to be anything specific and rigid and formal and in my language, I don't want it to be anything that feels heavy or constraining. For me, one of the most important things that living a creative life does is that it makes it possible for me to feel free. Freedom is something I cherish. And creativity, for me, nurturing creativity, is about flexibility and allowing daily inspiration to influence my life and to use that to fuel a colorful, joy-filled, easy, wonderful, beautiful, glorious way of being in the world. So when I heard Dawn say how refreshing it was to hear that morning rituals could be flexible and didn't have to be rigid, I thought I'd spend a minute today talking about what the container for my morning ritual looks like, because that gives me the freedom to be flexible. I have some basic components that are part of my morning ritual, and I thought I'd share those with you today. So one of them, the simplest and easiest for me, is that I have a collection of coffee mugs. I happen to be a coffee drinker. Some of you may prefer tea, or some of you water and juice in the morning, whatever it is that you start your day with. I'm a coffee drinker, and I drink coffee out of mugs that make me smile. So I thought I'd share today with you one of my coffee mugs, and this is a coffee mug. Let me see if I can get it into focus here. That was given to me by a mastermind partner, Stacy Joyner, many, many, many years ago. And I love that it starts my day with this just fabulous expression, so simple, so profound, all about peace. And that we're here not to make peace be absolute, but to understand that we can find peace even in our craziest of moments. So that's the first piece of my morning ritual, is this really simple connection to doing something deliberate and to anchoring my day with it. So I want you to think about that. How could you start your day with something that has meaning for you? Something that anchors a feeling or an experience that you'd like to have in the day. Because here's the thing. Nurturing creativity is about connection. It's about connecting to source, to God, to spirit, to universal energy, to whatever it is that you, divine inspiration, whatever it is that you call your spiritual source. Nurturing creativity is about connecting to that. And then it's also about connecting to your inner wisdom. That piece of yourself, that core, that creative part that is what fuels everything that we think about, everything that we step into, everything that we desire in our lives comes from this creative core. So the morning ritual is about connecting to that and about reminding yourself that you have a true north, about reminding yourself that there are things that you want and that you believe in and that you have an intention to experience in each and every day. So I start with my coffee, and then the next thing I do, and I keep a basket of books in my bathroom, the next thing I do is I pick up one of those books. Right now, and those books change all the time. I pull a couple off my bookshelf, and as I'm inspired, I may hear something that someone says, or I may have a conversation about a particular author, or I may be giving a workshop and someone asks a question and I I refer to a particular story or a philosophy that I have studied, and I'll grab that book and I'll put it in the pile. So right now, my books include The Prosperous Heart by Julia Cameron. They include Right Livelihood by Neale Donald Walsch. And every day, I just grab one and I read a couple pages and I open to wherever it is. I let the energy of today open those books to whatever it is that I'm intended to read. And then from there, I go to my writing. And I open my journal and I write 3 pages longhand. And that's how I channel then the inspiration that has come from the anchoring that I did with the mug that I chose and the book that I selected, not rifling through and saying which one feels better, but just reaching in and picking it out, allowing the books to speak to me, opening to the page, hearing and reading and feeling and taking in what has been drawn to me that day, and then writing to allow my inner voice, my inner wisdom, to interpret what it is that I've been shown for the day. And then the last piece is I set deliberate intentions. The whole notion, this whole idea, this whole conversation about honoring our creative selves is all about using that energy to fuel a deliberate intention for the day. And then, of course, a big vision for your life. But really, for me, it's about who do I want to be today? How do I want to be today? How is it that I want to experience this wonderful, glorious, magical life that I'm living? Understanding that I have the ability to consciously create whatever it is that I want my life to be. Whoever it is I want to be. And however it is that I choose to serve in whatever way it is that feels good. So I set deliberate intentions, and I do that every day. So I'll tell more about that specific process as we go along, because there are a couple of questions that I do. But for now, I want to encourage you to follow Mandy's lead and to use your morning inspiration to stay in the question of what else is possible. Because nurturing your creative energy is all about taking the limits off, seeing what else might be there, allowing the messaging that is flying by, the energy of all that is coming within your sphere of influence, to be drawn in and then to be processed and turned back out in this very unique way that only you have the power to do. And that is the process of conscious creation. And that is the purpose of your morning ritual. So go out, enjoy, do it, look for inspiration. Let me know in the comments below what fun, unusual, magical things showed up for you today when you were inspired to look and to see what might be there as a message for you to channel into something new, some new creation in your life. So enjoy. Bye for now. It's Nanette Saylor signing off, your creativity mentor, looking forward to spending lots more time with you. And if you'd like to connect with me privately, please just message me below in the comments here. Happy to have a conversation with you about how to encourage creativity.